The 8th of September 2023, another day trip up to the Great Lakes. We left the field at the van park and we travelled via Gretna, short stop there, Bothwell, short stop there and lunch, to the Waddamana power station. Waddamana 2016 had a population of 4. The power station's now a museum. Very interesting, definitely didn't do that justice. Back through Ooze, very scenic, picturesque drive back to left of field. This is the hotel. The Anzac Memorial at, well, it actually says World War I Memorial. Oh, look at the sheep up there. Oh, well, look at it. A little bit of a shame about that dirty power line. My assumption is that that's the Derwent. We've got some rolling green, a pivot irrigator, some sheep, some wood in the river, some hills in the background. War Memorial, World War I Memorial. A little bit more as we wrap around from the War Memorial. Try our hardest not to fall to our death over the edge. I'm glad to see I continue with my own death references. I really should get myself a Grim Reaper costume. It's got the lights on it, so it would be very impressive at night time. Fascinating. A small town like Bothwell got dueling service stations across the road from each other. This one over here is selling diesel at an exceptional price in the current game at 2,139. Both look like they sell hot takeaway food, and then right next door to that's the pub. Reasonable sort of a van parking area here in Bothwell. 0 humans here. My kind of place. Get a dozen in, I suppose.
Basically what he was telling us is what we've either done or planned to do.
So we're at the St Luke's Uniting Church, and out the back and to the side is a massive old cemetery. This is just a huge cemetery. All styles of graves. Down the back you've got your basic lawn cemetery. Phenomenal. Not too sure what the attraction is with going in the ground here, but so the cemetery's been going since 1827. A lot of people in the ground here for a small place. So we're kind of getting close to Oatlands and Ross, which have significant convict histories, some old cemeteries there too. We have driven to the Central Highlands and here we are on the alternate route, just about to get to the Waddamana power station, which is a hydroelectric operation. We've just come past a reasonable sized wind farm. I'm not too sure what they call it, but here we are. The old water pipes thundering down over the hill into what we're about to go and have a look at, the old Waddamana power station, hydroelectric power station. You can charge your electric vehicle here at the Waddamana power station for free. You can see some of the wind turbines out the back there, and if you listen you can hear that electricity just buzzing. So I'm not sure if that can be good for you. Those pipes coming over the hill, and I assume they join up with these bigger ones here. Or big ones here. Old Sir Ronald would have needed a large door just to get his name on it. About to go into this power station, or what used to be a power station. Piss Poor Productions again there, we're a bit wobbly. Just imagine changing a bearing in that bastard.
That was an automatic exchange one.
As I was going through this museum, looking at all of these old power meters and that type of thing, I thought of a guy from my working days that owns an electrical business in Melbourne, electrical and software engineering, and I thought he'd be interested, and I flicked him a quick text and he was, so he's probably forgotten now, but I'll send him a bit of a link. I didn't get to film or photograph half of this stuff. I could have spent days there. Between my grandparents and my parents, we've probably had a few of those things, and now that I appear to be the gatherer and storer of things, there's a few of these things out in my shed now that I need to go through and decide whether to toss them, to keep them, to give them away, to try and sell them. This is another fine example of Tasmanian bridge work, narrow and tight. This is to do with Waddamana power station. It's a lagoon with gates, for all intents and purposes a dam. We are almost at alpine levels, we're about 900 metres. There's some shacks across the way there and a lot of black swans. We are at a place called Miena, the Great Lake Hotel. It's about 6 degrees. Forecast is for snow tonight, down to 600 metres. We're at about 1,000 metres, so theoretically, if the forecast is right, there'll be snow here tonight. It actually did snow at Miena on this particular night. It was cold. Just have a look at it. We're somewhere between Bothwell and Ouse or Ouse. Centre pivot down there. Straight off the edge of this hill we're driving along. A few sheep, a few cattle. So not sure that video through the windscreen is going to pick that up, and don't really have anywhere to stop at this stage, but that cloud out there kind of at 11 o'clock is pretty fascinating. As we drive on this gravel road, oh look, he's irrigating up there. As we drive on this gravel road from Bothwell to Ouse or Ouse. Don't know how to say it, I'd have to ask a local, but think house without the H. It's 12 degrees, we're back down at 360 metres. If we're lucky, we'll be able to pull over and stop somewhere and grab something off the big camera, because that cloud is pretty fascinating. Don't think it's going to be snowy. So today we went up to the Central Highlands, and a little bit drier it seemed, but still some fascinating scenery. Sheep getting scared there. Not too sure who thought it'd be a good idea to put some loads of marbles on the road. It's got a little bit better, but that bit back there was lethal. No directional changeability at all. To the left is straight down quite a bit.
That's another song.
Yeah, I'm not really enjoying this part at all. It's not very wide. I just hope that nobody's coming screaming along in their dirty big Land Cruisers. Back that way is that pretty sweet looking cloud. I might need to dial it back a bit to get it properly. We're driving across a lake somewhere between House without an H, Ouse, House, and Ellendale. Oh, look at this. Here's the bridge. The bridge you gotta love. Off a bend, or bend at each end, and not particularly wide.
And a meeting point in the middle.
Oh yes, look at that. Somewhere to get off in the middle, should someone at the ends get it wrong. Fascinating. I do love a Tasmanian bridge. Don't know what that lake's called. That chappie's got it. Gee, we've been on some roads today that you'd pay not to go on. There we go, we've done that. So ends another day in Tasmania, another road trip, another sunset, a few more bridges. The next chapter is a trip down to Hobart and the Salamanca market. Done the Salamanca a few times, but it's kind of something that if you're in the area, you just need to do it. And then we move on from left of field to another destination. Check back if you're at all interested.